Alright, so today is some more troll food. If you haven't seen the deck, go ahead and check it out in the description. Also some other videos I'll go over the kind of breakdown of the deck, but the biggest thing is Feasting Troll King is our main man there. 6 mana, 7/6, enters the battlefield, creates 3 food. You can also pay 3 or sacrifice 3 food to bring him back to the battlefield from the graveyard. Instant speed, but only during your turn. So, riding Regisaur, another big player. Sure, we'll keep turn 2 Trail, turn 3 Regisaur, start discarding stuff, but Trail Crumbs might keep us back into our manas. Not our manas, our cards. Cards, manas, two most important things in the game. Start with the temple, and what are we looking with the temple? We're probably looking for the Great Henge, maybe the Return of the Wild Speaker, something to kind of counteract the Regisaur's detriment on our card base. Now this Castle Garenbrig is also coming in tapped at the moment, so something for us to be aware of. Keeping a forest on top just to have the castle come in untapped is probably not worth it. So this will be on turn 4 tapped land, because we'll go 2 for Crumbs, 3 for Regisaur. And right now this lots of black mana is looking pretty bad for the Feasting Troll King. If we have a way to make 2 more food, we could ditch the Feasting Troll King with the Regisaur, which is one of its deck's games plans. Let's actually pay attention to our opponent, Bant. What are we worried from them? Counter spells and Nissas? Yeah, sounds about right. Do not blow up my Trail Crumbs, that's not very nice. Mean person is mean. Alright. So we're probably ditching the Feasting Troll King because we're nowhere near playing him, and we do have ways to get him from the graveyard. Now we could double down on our strategy, do Rotting Regisaur, upkeep, discard a Harpooner and Castle, and then play the Murderous Rider. Or on upkeep, cast the Murderous Rider and just lose the Harpooner. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Hey-ya! I don't know if the Rotting Regisaurs are going to stay in game 2. Now, mind you, if he doesn't play a creature, this Rider is actually going to get stuck in hand, so maybe we should have kept the land. Like I say, stuck in hand is going to be discarded. Okay, found something to blow up with it. So there's his Nissa. It's going to be his big deal. His claim to fame. Now, at upkeep we're discarding 2 cards, so we can't hold on to the Rider to kill the Nissa instead of the Narset, so just got to all in on the Rider on upkeep. No! Why didn't it give us permission? That was awkward. Apparently we actually have to hold full control for this game to give us the opportunity to Murderous Rider like we wanted to. That's unfortunate. Or swiftly end. Because whatever card they draw right here, they should not have. Shatter the Sky. See? This game is lost just to the interface. Not to our gameplay, but just to the interface. And that is super unfortunate. At least we get to pull the Feasting Troll King from the graveyard. Because otherwise he would last turn wouldn't have had enough blockers. It just... I'm gonna try to get over it here in the next couple seconds, but that's gonna be on the top of my mind for a little bit here. Because, you know, I think like maybe I should put full control on, but you know, hold full control. But at the same time, I'm like, no, trust the interface. It'll work. Because we should be able to respond to the discard triggers, blow up the Narset. Okay. So Uro puts him up to 9. If we draw a Return of the Wild Speaker, we can pump our team for 6. Otherwise, we also need to remember that we can't draw extra cards. Luckily, Trail of Crumbs gets around in our set. Because the way Trail of Crumbs reads is put to the hand. So if we make a food and eat a food, I don't think we can actually... I don't think there's any spell we can draw because it's 2 to make a food, 2 to eat a food, a 3 mana spell to do 2 more damage. I don't think that's the case. Our opponent does not have Absorb up, but it might have other sort of counter spell. He knows about the Harpooner. Harpooner can kill a Crisis at the moment pretty well. So I think we still make the food. And eat the food. And I should have tapped the castle so that if we get something else, anyway. Okay, so we're probably going to play the Harpooner. Although if they have another board wipe, that's unfortunate. But that way they can't just play a single blocker to survive. They can't just play Nissa. They have to actually... Because if they play Nissa and animate a land, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they have 3 mana left over. That's enough to play a Knight of Autumn or something, which blocks the Harpooner. We get in for 1 damage. No, we get in for more damage because Trample. I was thinking if they animated an Uro. Okay, I don't know what they can get back. Shatter the Sky.
I have learned much from my ancestors.
See, this match, I'm still pretty upset about the fact that it would have been over a while ago. Okay, but we can do some fun stuff here. 2 for the henge. 3, sacrificing 3. Now, if they draw another Shadow of the Sky, bad things happen to us. But we just got to play into the board wipe, I think, because we can't just let them have single target removal, locking us out of a win. We need to make sure that we have enough threat on board that they're forced to actually do things. Forgot that I thought we were going to draw the can't draw and we can't search our library. Or sorry, they can't. We can't make them discard or sacrifice. So I need to remember not to use the Castle Lochthwain until Narset dies, but I don't think we're ever going to be swinging at Narset. We might Murderous Rider Narset. Name Shatter the Sky or Time Wipe. Okay, no Shatter the Sky. Because we didn't want to leave them just with 1 creature on board for them to do something like Elspeth Conquers Death and exile the troll. So we actually had to play 2 so that they can't just single target removal stay alive. They have to board wipe stay alive. We want to limit their options on how they can live or survive us. So we're just waiting for them to not have an answer. Hydroid Crisis digging for a Shatter the Sky.
Witness the ties that bind us all.
Nissa animates a land. What else you got? Alright, so we used to have Elder Spell in our sideboard, and it's looking really tasty right about now. Those 3 planeswalkers.
The land fights for
Okay,
us.
animate a land. Die. Excellent, excellent. So, despite a technical glitch, we went the distance. Now they are Bant. They have access to a 2 mana exile a black or red creature? Black or something creature. A 2 mana bounce target green or red spell or creature. So they have some instant speed stuff. Ceratops comes in as a pro blue. And another beater. I think the Rotting Regisaur actually comes out. Harpooner can hit Hydroid Crises, but so can Legion's End. Legion's End also hits the Nissa lands. So if he animates a land, we target it with Legion's End, and we destroy all lands of the same name, like all animated lands of the same name, and any lands he has of the same name in his hand. Vraska Golgari Queen takes out the Narset. Doesn't hit his 4-mana chick. I think Assassin's Trophy will be worth it to hit his Elspeth's Conquered... Well, Elspeth's Conquered decks are one of the Planeswalkers. Questing Beast, Planeswalkers. I don't think he's going to have any... He did have a 2 or less creature. It's a slow Duress. We like Duresses for the Planeswalkers in his hands. I think Killings and Enchantments are nice, but I don't think it's our main plan. I like the Assassin's Trophy because it can hit enchantments or his Planeswalkers. Wicked Wolf is an indestructible creature, so we'll keep it. Trail Crumbs is kind of slow but good. Goose might not be worth it. Okay, remember that timer actually ends at like 10 seconds, not 0 like it pretends. Take out 1 Goose. See if it actually kept the sideboard. Last time we stopped at about 10 seconds and it's like, oh, by the way, you don't get to keep your sideboard. So the reason the Rotting Regisaurs come out is because they're very susceptible to removal, and if they are removed, they're hurting our hand in a very powerful way, such that we don't survive to the late game if they remove it, and our opponent has a chance to sideboard in the correct answers for them. So if they're in blue or black, usually. So I want this if they play a Nissa. I want this if they do a Hydroid Crisis. I don't know if I want it in the meantime. Probably want to get my Feasting Troll King quickly. I think we'll keep it just because they are on the play and they're going to get to their Nissa sooner rather than later. This also hits Paradise Druid after it's tapped. Okay. They want to hold up manas. Dovin's Veto my Trail of Crumbs. Aether Gust my... See, this is that sideboard one I was talking about. We will decline. This is that hate us, like I was saying, the good answer sideboard, so they can have another Aether Gust here. This time we probably would draw it. We'll take action, put it on top of our deck, and draw it for next turn. Although, probably shouldn't have. Teferi was another reason to put in Vraska. So I think we just Murderous Rider. It would be nice to save that for Nissa, but what are we actually going to do is if he plays Nissa, we Legion's End. And he hadn't actually gotten any value out of Teferi, so... Murderous Rider instead of Trail of Crumbs to actually pressure the Planeswalker. So yeah, like I said, putting this Trail of Crumbs back on top is a mistake. We should not have... We should just put it on bottom. It's very much a late game card. The only reason we're playing it early game is just because it's cheap. But we want to move into our 4-mana threats of Wicked Wolf, amongst other things. Okay, if he Teferi bounces the Rider, what do we do? Hold up. Can't hold up the Rider because he's got a Teferi, so... I don't know. It's either Wicked Wolf or the Rider. Wicked Wolf is not indestructible. He didn't bounce the Rider. So we're probably going to kill the Narset, just because I don't like Narset. So if we play a Wolf, we can't make it indestructible. That pulls out a board wipe, maybe. We know he has Nissa. We also know he's having trouble finding lands. If we smack Teferi with the rider, he can, if he down takes it, it dies. If we don't hit in our set, we might regret it later in the game. I could do Trail Crumbs, get a food for the Wicked Wolf, but that feels a little late. So we'll play the Wolf, swing at Teferi. And then if he does the Nissa, we've got Legion's End. We might wait to see if we can get 2 for 1 him with Legion's End. We're not going to hit any lands in his hand because he's been hurt for lands. But we might try to get a double animation. No, odds are if he plays Nissa, well, he can't because he did a tap land. Why are we talking about Nissa anymore? He hasn't used Teferi yet. Okay. That's not good. What do we do for that? Do we exit and come back? Hey look! More technical issues. I'm going to be all over this technical issues. Oh, well. That was fun, y'all.